You know, it's a little bit scary to talk to him about this because it started off like it did for me as a hobby, and now you're doing it as a business. That can't happen to me.
Yeah, I'm living a dream when you have an opportunity to chase your passion. So, yeah, we really are excited about what we're doing.
That's fantastic. Certainly my passion, too. First caller is Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm struggling with my running backs this morning. I've got Willie Parker, I've got Lamont Jordan, and I've got Deshaun Foster. Which one of those three you think I should start this morning?
Wow, you know, you got some good running backs. I think Willie Parker is going to have a great game against the Cardinals, unfortunately. Deshaun Foster, he blew up last week. I actually gave somebody some advice not to play him, so even though he's splitting carries in Carolina, I would definitely go with him. Definitely. Those are the top two that you've got. Good luck.
Perfect. There you go, Dennis. Next caller is Kathy. Hey, Kathy, what you got?
Hi, Jeff. You helped me out a couple of weeks ago, and I really appreciated what you gave me. This week, I want to know, would you start the Dallas Cowboy defense or the Seattle Seahawks defense?
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
That's a good question.
I think the Seahawks are playing the 49ers, my favorite team. But the Cowboys, they're playing an injured Rams team. So I think that the fact that you've got Steven Jackson not playing, Brian Leonard's a rookie, I think you go with the Dallas Cowboys defense.
And the trouncing of Chicago last week.
Yeah, they did.
You got to consider that.
They sure did.
Okay, next caller.
Yeah, hello, Jeff.
Yep.
Hey, I've got Marshall Lynch, Cedric Benson, and Westbrook. Do you think Westbrook's going to play, or should I sit him?
Oh, that's a good one. Marshawn Lynch is definitely a start. Brian Westbrook, he doesn't practice, but he gets in the game. So we have him as a game time decision. I'd probably stay away from him, but that's a tough call because on the injury reports, he's not practicing, but he's a game-time decision. So I'd probably I wouldn't start him this week.
That's what this is all about, tough calls.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Next caller, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, I've got a question. I've got Deion Branch or Wes Welker. Which one should I start today?
Wow, that's a good one. I would go with Wes Welker, actually, even though Deion Branch he's a solid number one, whereas in New England, Randy Moss is the number one. But San Francisco, Seattle, their secondary has been playing pretty well. So with Seattle, you just never know who's going to get the ball between Deion Branch, Burleson, and Bobby Ingram. So I'd go with Wes Welker.
Good questions today. Todd, next.
Yeah.
What you got?
Larry Johnson or Chambers.
Wow, I go with LJ. Even though he's playing a tough San Diego defense, you can't keep a good guy down that long. Their offense is playing a little bit better because now that they're getting production out of the wide receiver. So I would definitely go with LJ. Start him another week.
Okay, that was our last caller, but I got a couple of questions. Obviously, I have tons of questions. And one of the things that I want to follow up with is injuries. I mean, we're in week 4 today. You have a 3-week precedent to see how your team's doing. Talk about trades, such an important part of winning, and more importantly, talking trash to your fantasy football colleagues.
Well, they've changed the injury report, the way that comes out with this week. What they're actually doing, beginning on Wednesdays, is they're starting to list who has practiced in it, full practice, partial practice. So you're right. And this week, between week 3 and week 4, we've had more injuries than there's ever been before. So it's real important that you pay attention to this new injury report. And then the other thing, too, is when you're looking at trades, this is the time to start looking at those. The one thing that we gave all the listeners advice the first 3 weeks is you go with your studs.
Right.
That's something that our guys live by. But right now, when you're starting to look at some of those trades, you don't want to look short term. You want to look long term, and especially matchups.
Unfortunately, my studs were studs preseason. But
that's another challenge.
Yeah. Got another caller, Michael. Hey, Michael.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I got 2 questions. Maybe I don't know if you covered it already or not. Plaxico Burress, is he going to play?
He's a game-time decision, and he was one of the players that we actually recommend that you sell high right now. He's been having these injuries, nagging injuries. He's even starting to tell the New York press that he's getting frustrated that he can't practice. We don't think he's going to go this week. He's one of those game-time decisions. So actually, I wouldn't start him if you had, and if you have him on your roster, we think these injuries are going to continue. You may want to look at trading him.
Yeah, okay. And then the other one, what about the Miami defense?
You know what? Zach Thomas has a concussion. He's not going to play this week. I think Miami's a step older this year. It all depends on who else you have, but they've got a pretty decent matchup with the Raiders. So based on who you have, I'd go with them if you had to.
Jeff, a wealth of knowledge. FantasyFootballStarters.com. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see next week how right you are. We'll be right back. Stay with us.